Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. All this? Oh no, this is not what you think it is. This is actually creatine, the #1 most researched, tested and tried supplement in the whole world. And one of the things that will help you get those sweet ass gains as fast as possible. Stick around to find out why. Okay, so creatine. This is one of the oldest types of supplements. It's been around for a very long time, and it's one of the most researched supplements as well. So some general information about creatine. Your body does produce creatine. It doesn't really produce the amount we need though, especially not if we're doing strength training. But we also get creatine through food, and primarily meats. So people that eat a lot of meat tend to need less supplemented creatine. For example, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you won't get the right amount of creatine that you need. So what creatine does, creatine is synthesized into ATP in your body. ATP gives your muscles energy to be able to produce work. We can store ATP for around 8 to 10 seconds of high intensity exercise. After this, your body has to produce more ATP on itself. So this is one of the reasons why you can only sprint at full speed for a few seconds. What creatine does is that it helps your body create ATP, essentially. You're able to store more ATP than you would if you had a creatine deficit. So in its core, creatine is an energy giver and an energy storer for your muscles. It doesn't magically make you stronger, but what it does do is give the muscles you already have better prerequisites to be able to work at its full capacity. There aren't really many downsides to creatine, but I'll give you those first. So in some people, creatine can upset their stomach and give them diarrhea, a lot of gases, stuff like that. There isn't enough research yet to be able to determine if it's safe for women that are pregnant and breastfeeding, people that have diabetes, people that have kidney disease, or people that have liver disease. And if you have bipolar disorder, creatine may give you a mania. So if you have any of these diseases or you're pregnant, my channel is mostly catered to guys, so I hope you're not pregnant, but I don't know. If you have any of these, consult your doctor before supplementing with creatine. I'm not responsible for any of your guys' supplementation. I'm just giving you advice here. Some people are also non-responders. That means that if you supplement with creatine, you don't really see an effect of it. We don't really know why this happens. There could be some reasons. The most probable cause is that you're already eating a lot of meat. If you're eating such a high amount of meat that you're not feeling an effect of the creatine, I think you probably should cut it down a little bit, because you need to eat a reasonable amount of meat to really give your body the amount of creatine that it needs. Another thing that may put off some is that creatine binds water, but it does so in your muscles. So when we take creatine, our muscle size will basically increase. It doesn't increase water in your fat. It shouldn't be a problem, but you can try it out. If you don't like it, you can just cut it out again. And then we have this one, hair loss. So this one study showed that you may get hair loss, but there's thousands of other studies that doesn't really indicate anything. I think this is probably bullshit, but this is just my opinion. I won't be responsible for you losing your hair if you take creatine, but it's probably nothing. So that's the downsides. Now let's go to the upsides, which are many more than the downsides. So all in all, in general, creatine enhances performance in intense activities. It enhances your cognitive function, and it gives you some enhancement in cardio exercise and high rep exercises. So in addition to creating more ATP for your muscles, creatine may also benefit your muscle tissue in other ways. So I mentioned this before, it increases the water content in your muscles, which is known as cell volumization or swelling. This is good for performance. It may also increase IGF-1, which is a growth hormone. This is good for gains. And these two changes trigger several different processes in the body that lead to the formation of new proteins, subsequently creating new muscle mass. That's something we want. Creatine may also help reduce muscle breakdown during training, and this in the long term may result in greater gains. That's something we want. We can also perform more repetitions with heavier weight, and this in the long term gives us more muscle growth. And just to be clear, this isn't something that you will experience during just 1 week of taking creatine, but this is in the long term. So this graph here shows changes in size of different types of muscle fibers following creatine supplementation. This is your low or slow twitch fibers. And then we have faster twitch, and fastest twitch. So these type 2B are the ones that you'll use mostly during strength work. So as we can see, there's a significant difference between the subjects that used creatine and the subjects that were given a placebo. So we will increase our muscle size just by taking creatine alone. More benefits. It will speed up muscle recovery. So when you exercise, we create micro tears in your muscle fibers, and they need to heal to get bigger and stronger. That's essentially what training is. And creatine will help activate satellite cells in your muscles, which will help those micro tears heal. So that's a really good thing. It may increase anabolic hormones. So these are hormones that contribute to muscle growth and tissue repair. And these are insulin, human growth hormone, estrogen, and testosterone. So we may see an increase in production in these hormones. I've already been through this, better water content in muscle cells. But this water content helps reduce dehydration and muscle cramps. And this is an interesting study. So they had test subjects take creatine for 9 weeks. These were Division I college football players. And they witnessed the following improvements in performance. So bench press 1 rep max, 5.2% increase. Power clean, 1 RM, 3.8% increase. Squat, 1 RM, 8.7% increase. High intensity anaerobic peak power, 19.6% increase. High intensity anaerobic capacity, 18.4% increase. Some of this may be due to just their general fitness evolving while on a training block, but there are many studies that show that creatine increase your performance and your 1 rep maxes. As we can see here, a large review found that 5% of average improvement is to be expected in strength and power when we supplement with creatine. Next benefit, enhances cognitive function. Really complicated piece of text, and I'm not that smart. But essentially, it says that some studies show creatine may enhance your memory and your cognitivity. So the brain holds creatine as well. And creatine ingested orally may increase your brain creatine as well, helping it to perform at its peak. We also had some enhancement in cardio and high reps. So a study in 2005 found that the muscles may also get more efficient at using oxygen as an energy provider. This is what the muscles do when we're doing cardio, mostly LIS cardio, basically steady state cardio. So for all your cardio freaks out there, creatine may benefit you as well. And to top it all off, 4 out of 5 people experience these benefits while using creatine. So this is definitely something that you should try out. It's pretty hard to determine if you're a non-responder or not, because there may be other problems with your training program, your sleep, your nutrition, stuff like that. But try it for a while, see how it works. While on the subject of taking creatine, if you decide to start using this, there are some recommendations. Some people, they recommend that you go through a loading phase of 20 to 25 days. Of taking 20 to 25 grams for 5 to 7 days. I think this is unnecessary. This may also contribute to digestive problems. I typically do this. I'll just take my normal dose for about 2 weeks, and then my muscles will be fully loaded with all the creatine it needs. And when you're loaded up on creatine, if you miss a day or two, all of it won't be gone. It takes about 2 weeks for the effects of creatine to decline to a normal level again. So if you miss a day or two, just go back into your routine and you'll still have the effects of loaded muscles. Creatine timing, that's also something that a lot of people discuss a lot. Should you take your pre-workout, intra-workout, so while you're working out, or should you take it post-workout, morning, evening? This doesn't really matter that much. Some people, they live and die by taking it at a certain time. I do it first thing in the morning because I have like 3 to 5 glasses of water the first thing I do, so I think it's pretty easy for me. The most important thing is that you remember to take it. So don't get hung up on when you're taking it, just get it in and create a habit around it so you don't miss any days. What type of creatine should you use? Creatine monohydrate is the way to go. There are brands that try to market their creatine as better. They're lying. It's usually much more expensive. Creatine monohydrate is the creatine that we have the most amount of studies on and has shown these positive effects. Go for creatine monohydrate. This will save you cash so you can buy some of Kidney King's products or whatever the hell you do with all your other cash that you have. This is everything that I think you should know about creatine. I personally use creatine. I have done for, 4 to 5 years. I wish I started sooner with it. This is not any miracle or something like that. It's not a steroid. It's nothing magical, but it will help the majority of people with their gym and fitness journey. If there's any supplement you should take, it's creatine, in my opinion. I'm trying to give you real actionable tips. I know that your TikTok brain likes all cool edits and stuff like that, but I want to give you tips that actually work. To dial in your training, you should check out my playlist on muscle anatomy and exercises. I'm currently building that out. Follow me on Instagram for more frequent tips. The link is in my bio and in the description. So see you in the next video, and until then, stay swole.